Hello everyone and welcome to the next mini tutorial on duct tape stuff. I got a lot of requests to do a tutorial on these flip down credit card holders that I featured in my last collections video, and I thought that we'd start a tutorial on that, so that's what we'll be doing today, these flip down credit card holders. So before you work on creating these credit card holders, you have two requirements. And your first is that you're going to need to get a bifold wallet. It doesn't matter what color it is or anything like that. And it's going to have to be able to store credit cards horizontal or this way. Instead of up and down, they have to be able to slip in this way. It doesn't even matter if they have them already in there, as long as they're able to have cards slide in that direction. Okay, so those are your two requirements. So if you got a wallet with those things already on it, then we'll get started here. Okay, so your first step is that you're going to cut out 4 strips of duct tape of any color that are 3 3/4 inches long each. Now if you're really adept with making wallets and credit card holders, then you probably notice that's just slightly bigger than a normal credit card. So that's exactly how the pockets are going to go in. So take your first two with the sticky side up, stick them together just like this, stick them down, okay, just like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your wallet and you're going to lay it out next to it, and this will give you an idea of how far to make this small sheet that you're making. So I need to line up the bottom part with it down here. Make sure it's lined up and stick it down just like that. Okay, so put your wallet aside, peel it up, and you still have this sticky side showing. That's when your last strip comes into play, and then just stick it down, covering up the rest of the sticky side just like that. Okay, so you've used 4 pieces of duct tape and you have this small little rectangle, and that's what you'll be using to make for the flap. So that's your first step. Okay, now you'll notice that in my graffiti wallet here, the flaps don't go all the way up to the top of the wallet. There's just a little bit of the back side showing there, and that's really just a personal preference. I didn't want mine to go all the way up as I made this sheet. This would cover the entire part of the wallet here. If you're trying to do like more than 2 credit card holders, which I have in this one, then you probably want to keep as much space as possible, but I only went for 2, so I decided to trim a little bit off. But that's just a personal preference, and you can do that any way you want. So your next step is to cut out several more 3 3/4 inch strips, preferably 3, and you're going to take 2 of those strips, stick them together once again, just like that. Then you're going to take your third and put, I'd say, about half of it on the strip, half of it on the surface that you're working on, just like this. So now remember, we have 3 here, 2 stuck here, and then we overlap 1 with the sticky side still showing over here. So now you're going to take your flap here, your piece, and you're going to apply it so that the top of this sheet is towards the top, because you always want to start at the top and work your way down, otherwise you'll be overlapping and you won't be able to put any cards in. So set it down a little bit towards the top here and stick it down. And that's actually not going to overlap at all, so it's not going to wrap around the back, but if it did, I would just wrap around the back. So now you have that one little piece there, and now what you're going to do is connect the sides, and you're going to have your first credit card holder. Okay, so once you've put 2 pieces of duct tape on the sides and connected them, you have your first credit card holder right there. Now if you want to do another one, you just repeat the same process. Take 3 more 3 3/4 inch strips, put first 2 together, then put the second one, half of it on the strip, half of it on the surface you're working on, so there's still some sticky side showing. Then what you're going to do is just line it up on the holder you have already, so that's a little bit farther down. Right about there is pretty good. And this one is going to wrap around the back here, since it's a little longer. I'm just going to stick that down just like that. Okay. Now what you're going to do is take those 2 small pieces of duct tape and you're going to apply them to the sides. Make sure you line them up, and then that'll keep the side of the credit card holder nice and stuck down. So we have this one here, and then this side over here, and wrap that around. Okay, So now you have your 2 credit card holders right there. So 2 is as far as I'm going to go in this video. So then your next step is to take another 3 3/4 inch strip, put half of it on the bottom here on the surface that you're working on. So you have that part there. Take your wallet, line it up so that it's a little bit before the crease. You want to make sure it's not resting on the crease. Stick it down, flip the whole thing over, make sure it doesn't shift on you. Stick it just like that, and there you have it. There is your fold down credit card holder. So that concludes this mini tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Have fun making this.